continuing on with this project, I've lost a lot of the video footage, and but you can see it's come on quite a lot now in terms of its construction, and I'll just turn it on its back. So what I've got now, I've got the switches soldered up here. It says got the switches soldered up, and all the other bits and pieces. I've now got the inverter connected with with a neon bulb on the 230 volt output. The switch has been removed from here to the front. I've got LED indicators. So looking at the front, what we've got now, excuse me, got a neon indicator which runs from the 230 volt. Excuse me, sorry. Neon indicator for the 230 volt, on off switch for the power inverter. Two switches now are wired. This one powers that and that. This switch powers that and that. And you've got LED here and here, which tells you or tells me when the 12 volt is on to those terminals and the 12 volt is on to those terminals. Now it is fused now, and what I've done, I've used car fuses. Apologies. So we could see there's one there and one there and one there, so there's like 4 fuses in here. There's not one on this at the moment because that will be the main feed going in from the battery. At the moment, for the red and black terminal here, it's fused with a 7.5 amp. The next one, red and black, that is also fused with a 7.5 amp. The cigarette socket is fused at 5, and the USB is actually fused at 10, the 2 USBs. I should swap that over, I think, so there'll be 10 amp on the terminals and 7.5 on the USB. So that's where I'm with it. You can see there's dropper resistors there and there for the LEDs to give the visual indication that this is powered, you know, the black and red terminals. And I'm going to add some more to it, and what I'm thinking of doing is adding a light to it. Now I've got this cob light here, LED, like a torch LED. This come out of the Atom power bank, and what I'm thinking of doing is installing it in here and having a switch for it. So I've got a torch built in as well, so I'll have a torch built in, 230 volt inverter, 2 12 volt outlets, cigarette socket outlet, 2 USBs, voltmeter. And that's where I am at the moment with it. Well, I'm in the garage now, and excuse me, I've slipped up with my design for this power bank thing, and how I've slipped up is to do with the battery. Let's get rid of that bit of wire off the floor so that tread it. And the idea is to have the battery along the side like that, but it was too long by about that much, and I thought, no, it's going to be a silly looking thing. I want to try and make it square. So then I come up with the idea I could have it that way, like that, but then it was too long, it exceeded the length of the front. So what I discovered, or what I forgot about, was this power bank thing, the battery bank itself, was designed so that it could have more added batteries added on the end. And on the very end was this lump of foam like that, and then the plastic was on the end like that, and a bit on the top. So I very carefully chopped the bits off the end and cut that much of the foam away. So it shortened the battery by that much, which means this will sit horizontal in the case now. Look, it's not as wide as the front panel, so it will sit across the back, which is perfect. And just by chance, that is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this end back on here and tape it up again, and I think it'll be usable. Well, I've started on the box, wooden box, to mount my unit in, and the battery will go across like that, across the back, and then the front panel goes on there. Yeah, the things I've not worked out is how I'm going to charge it yet, the battery. Whether I buy a solar panel controller and a solar panel, not sure. And I've kept the original battery charger, it gives 15 volts, and I think that's too high for the battery. There must have been additional electronics on the main board of the old Atom I scrapped. Anyway, this is coming on. It's a bit tricky. I haven't done any woodwork for a long time, so hopefully it'll all work out okay.